So, welcome to another episode of Destination Jamaica, where we're showcasing local entrepreneurs who are doing a phenomenal job at what they do. Today, we have Shelly Scott. We're going to speak to her about her crochet making. She makes some hot soup there, and she is always learning and always crafting away, even though she has a job working from home. Two children,
Mm-hmm.
right, Shelly?
Yes,
Yes, and is married.
and
So
as the child.
good child. So she's like a super mom right here with Mother's Day coming.
I
We have
am.
to big up super moms. Now, Shelly, introduce yourself to the audience.
All right, I'm Shelly Ann Scott Easy. Um, I live in Trelawney. I'm originally from St. Catherine in Linstead, but I got married 2 years ago and have then moved to Trelawney. I have two kids. My son is 12, and my daughter is 1 year old. So, we all live with my husband here. Um, as Toya said before, I'm working from home with an international company, and I'm also basically just starting up my business in crochet. So, here I am.
Okay, great. So, Shelly, if you want to see Shelly products, definitely check the link below. She's on our store, and we're going to get to know a little bit about Shelly. Now, Shelly, we spoke before, and you told me that you were in a corporate job, right? You were
Right.
happy at that job, and you actually was just had your baby. You were out of a job, and then God opened doors, right? Gave you the work from home job and actually got you to get some income while you just had your baby and was breastfeeding. Can you tell us a little bit about the job and the transition from not having a job to not having a job?
All right. So I was working with a company for what, 3 years, I
Yeah.
think. So it was with a loan company. Starting out, it was going well, but then I moved here and what should I say? Things started, going down in terms of us working for a commission. The base pay was not good. So, most companies, what they do is give you a low base pay, and then they tell you that, hey, you have to work for commission. If you don't work for commission and you only go home with the base pay, it really not gonna make it. You know, you basically less than hand to mouth. So I found myself in that situation where it was just not working out. Traveling, the bills, the kids, mm-mm, it never worked out after a time. And then COVID came, and COVID would have basically sloped everything. So
Yeah.
it going downhill in the first place, and then COVID can make it worse. So you know, um, and I had challenges there with staff members. Sometimes you work at some place and you meet some people, you have some really nice persons that you meet, but then you have some people who just, uh, you know, so I didn't see myself there. Um, it wasn't worth it in terms of the pay and the working conditions. So I started to do crochet like a year before, just before I got married. I met a friend of my husband does it. So, me I tell her say, me always fascinated with seeing it, and I'm a swimsuit lover. Me we just see one swimsuit and love it and buy it. So, I was fascinated with swimsuits in the beginning. So I told her, I want her to teach me how to do it. So uh went to her house one day and she taught me the basics, how to chain, how to, like keep the edges straight and whatever. Just for a couple of hours. When I went back home, because that was in Trelawney, I didn't move here at that time.
Mhm.
When I went back home, I say, all right, I don't have her around me all the time to go and sit at her house for her to teach me. So, then I turned to YouTube
Mhm.
and I found the basic videos and every day after work, I come home, I'm excited and I
Mm-hmm.
try different stuff, start make bad suits, and I say, all right then, I go try make bad suit for my sister them. I have a sister in England and my mom, so they were planning on coming to my wedding. So I said, all right, this is a perfect occasion. I can just make swimsuits for everybody, so that when they come down for the wedding, we can just go to the beach and, you know, see how good I
Mm-hmm.
am at this thing.
Mm-hmm.
So, it really started there, making swimsuits. After I got married, though, I got pregnant a couple of months after. Pregnancy would not allow me to do crochet with work. So after I come from work at evening time,
Tired.
tired, I couldn't manage. You
Mm-hmm.
know, tired. Sometimes I felt sick. So for that entire time, I had to just put it down. Um, when I was on maternity leave, which was last year, February, I decided, all right, since I'm gonna be home and have nothing to do, let me just start it back and, you know, I hope me can remember everything what I did learn back then because I did basically just start.
Yeah.
So, I got some thread. I asked my mommy to send me some yarn. So she send them down in the barrel. I ordered this hook set from Amazon. And I just started up back from there. Um, start back with no, I started back with baby stuff. Cause now I'm pregnant and I want make stuff
Yeah.
for the baby. So I
Mm-hmm.
started making shoes and photo shoot stuff. I made a little mermaid suit and I don't even know where I put it. But yeah, so I was on maternity leave and I did that. Uh yeah, I had baby on March 7th. So not much time to get much done
Yeah.
between maternity leave and having the baby. So, when we get back on track, me just decide say, you know what, this is it. I'm not gonna put it down. This is gonna be my next source of income because work really not cut it.
Mm-hmm.
I went back to work June and I resigned July.
1 month.
when
Fed up.
when I got my first paycheck, Taya, I was like,
The heck?
what is this?
Yeah.
This I literally have to ask my husband say, fear to go back at work for the next couple of weeks after me get pay. Because by me get it and pay a couple bills, me not have no money left. And me can't work. So I'm very independent. Not saying I don't want anything from anybody or want my husband to take care of me, but I like to have my own. So whatever he gives me is a bonus.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, I said something have to happen. Um, I was also thinking about doing slippers, but where I used to live in Linstead, we have I don't know if you know them man that will make slippers and come sell it on the roadside.
Yeah, man.
Or somebody like that in Linstead. When I say if me did there Linstead, this would have been the perfect opportunity for you. Make the slippers bottom for me and then me crochet on top of it. And then say, well, me I go find somebody like that down here.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Before I left work, one day a coworker really pissed me off, and I decided that I'm gonna walk and take a break and just, take some fresh air. And me just walk around the corner, and lo and behold, there
You
was
mean?
this man right on the sidewalk. I'm a go to him, I approach him, and I say, I do crochet, and would I love somebody like you, can make the slippers bottom for me and bore the hole on it and give me so that I can crochet. And he said, long me want to find somebody like you. I mean, I say, really? So I say, why? Say, him know one girl who used to supply him with the crochet top and him put on the bottom and him sell it for himself and him don't know where the girl disappeared to. So I say, okay
Mhm.
then. This are this is like God sent.
Yeah.
So, I took his contact from there and what he told me though was instead of him make the bottom and pierce it and make me crush it on top. Him say just make the top carry come and we just put it on the bottom for you and you pick it up back. I'm say all right. And
Mm-hmm.
that's how I started doing sandals.
Mm-hmm.
So, I whenever me I do nothing tired, me have to put 100% in it. If me not put 100, me just make no sense.
Yeah.
So, me start the slippers, me start back the bad suit, me start the baby stuff. And
God.
to somebody I say, why you not try clothes? My friend them always encourage me. I said, try one suit, man. You love dress, so
Mhm.
try a dress or something. I said, me can't bother with them, do something will take so long. And one day me just decide to, all right, me I go try it. So, I don't want to be limited in anything that I do. I I just want to try anything. So anything we can crochet, me I go try it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's great. So I was just thinking today, Shelly, that sometimes when we see some things that we think are failures and disappointments are actually redirection. God just say,
Definitely.
go that way there. Yeah, go around here, right? For those who believe in spirituality like that. Because what you said actually is a prime example of you thinking that, oh, this is going to be awful. You just had an awful day, but God just link you with the
Mm,
person that you need to be linked with to make your sandals, right?
exactly.
And you make some hot sandals too. For our listeners, you have to see Shelly's stuff. We'll be showcasing it, of course. She actually showed on her Instagram the other day, which is, do you want to tell me your Instagram name?
Yes, it's needles and textures.
Yes,
Both
needles.
Instagram and Facebook.
Okay, great. So needles and textures, and she just showed the other day that she do one of them high up booty looking shoes there that she crocheted herself, took it upon herself, the challenge, and got it done, right?
Yeah,
So you're just
definitely.
someone like that.
I was how I got to do that heels. I saw this picture of a girl on Instagram. She had on this mesh booty come up to her knee. I mean, say that she was there, but and it wasn't crochet, it was fabric. But then it's like from the start the crochet, everything that I look at, I try to envision it how it would look in crochet.
Mhm.
So I have this person that I met also on Instagram. She's from Africa who does shoes. So she had taught me a couple of weeks before, a couple of days, how to do shoes, which was a male shoes that I did for my husband. So, with just the basic knowledge of doing a man's shoes, I apply that same knowledge and say, all right, I can do diamond stitch and I can do a shoes. So I'm gonna put them together. And because of the pregnancy, because of COVID, I had some heels that I usually wear to church or, if I'm going out, because of all of that, I can't wear them no more. So them start get dry rotten. The heel was still good, but the top got
Fun.
deteriorated. So I decided, why not just take off the top and do a revamp on it?
Yeah, that's
So
great.
me take it to my shoemaker and him just start it out for me. Take off the top, make a new sole, and him pierce the hole them in the side for me. And that was it. Me just come home one day and say, this is it. I gotta do that shoes day. I'm gonna do that shoes day.
Yeah, make it yourself. You repurpose it. That's pretty amazing, Shelly. Now you said that on YouTube is where you actually learn. 'Cause me did I think say you learn from your granny, 'Cause that kind of
Nah,
skills that you normally learn from grandma. Because my grandma, she crochet. I mean, I was like, Mommy, you can't show me. But I don't have the patience for it, I think.
it
So how
you
was it
have to have a lot
learning?
of patience.
Yeah, it's a lot of patience. So how
Uh,
was it learning how to crochet on you from YouTube?
it wasn't hard, I guess, because it was something that I had a passion for. Um, so I put my all into it. What I did was to look for the basic videos for the beginners. So, me never start out with just any or everybody way. Would have frustrate me when them not explain how much I want them to explain in a detail. So I try to look for the basics and um, just spend time. Like a night time literally a book over crochet and me decide say me I get it or me I reach a certain point here before me stop. And that was it. As me say, when me I do something, me give it me all. And this is for me. So therefore, if me can have a 9 to 5, I may have to give it me all to make sure, say, the boss happy and me get paid and the work go on. Why can't I do it for me? And if for me, me I gotta even do it better because it's gonna benefit me 100%. So, you know, it was just 1 2 for me. I don't know. I I'm usually a person who love um doing physical things, the reading a book and all of that. It's
I,
just not me. Give me
yeah,
a book now, I'm gonna read a paragraph and I just fall asleep.
yeah,
But give me
yeah,
something that keeps me active and I'll do well at it.
yeah,
Um, so like cooking and stuff, that's me.
yeah.
A lot of persons may not know that I'm a good cook.
You say I'm cool with taste it.
Maybe I'll have a page um from a cooking later on, who knows.
Yeah. But that's it, Shelly. I think what a lot of us don't realize and what we weren't taught in school was to understand who we are and what we love before we even decide on a career. Because you said it, you're
Yeah.
not someone who will read a book and probably won't do good at one of those jobs where you have to sit on a desk. But you
Mm-mm.
definitely
Uh-uh.
were and are a hands-on person. So I think career-wise, we need to understand that our careers are a big part of us and it should resonate with our personality and also it contributes to our overall happiness. Now, talking about happiness,
Mm-hmm.
tell me a bit about some of the achievements and some of the joys that you get from doing your crochet. You've been doing it as a business for how long now?
Basically a year.
A year. And what are
Yeah.
some of the achievements? Are the moments that
Um,
they can say, Bomba, I can't believe someone do that.
well, the booty, that was a big thing for me. I've never um envisioned doing that at all. I just saw myself when I just started out. I just saw myself doing swimsuits and maybe baby stuff.
Mhm.
So shoes, the shoes that I made are loafers for my husband, and the heels was a big thing for me. And I have this romper here. I really didn't know it would turn out that well. What I do is to just sometimes when I have free time, I just go on Instagram and I just browse some pages that sells apparels, and then um, vision it in crochet and then put my own idea to it. So I have this romper that I made, and this was also a big thing for me. It's kind
Yeah,
of one-legged in a kind of way.
yeah,
I didn't know that I could do something like this and it turned out that well.
yeah,
So, yeah. And the other thing is when people see what I've done and the compliments and the encouragement that comes with it, it's really fulfilling, and it's
yeah.
encouraging and wants me to push more and try
Mhm.
more, and to just never give up.
Yeah, that's very rewarding. No, you said that you have
It
a
is.
work from home job, right? So you work
Yes.
with a company. How do you manage that working with that company and doing your own thing?
uh it is sometimes very challenging.
Mhm.
The good thing about it is that it's part-time. So I work from 10 in the morning to 2 p.m., 4 hours. um So, and then, I have the kids to balance. So, my typical day is getting up, doing breakfast, starting out my daughter, by Quintin at 10 o'clock. Um, I have to have her here with me, sometimes on the bed watching cartoon while I'm working, or sometimes when she demand attention, she come and she sit right in between me and the laptop and say, "Am I time now?"
Yeah.
um, but I try to manage it as best as I can. Um, so working for the 4 hours, and after that, dinner. Maybe tidying up if I didn't get to do it in the mornings, and then I'm back to my business now, which is a crochet. So
Yeah,
I always have a full day.
yeah, I realize because sometimes I am up at 2 a.m. and you're up at 2 a.m.
Yeah.
We're telling each other to go to bed.
Sometimes three after three I'm up, especially if I have an order that I have a deadline to meet. Um, I can't sleep because I'm not gonna disappoint my customers, and I can't or what I say, I'm not gonna let my boss lose because I can't be there to do what I'm supposed to do, or even to replace me, because it's another income. So even though I have my business, I can't say, oh, me have my business, so she have to no.
Yeah,
I have to treat both as if it was mine.
yeah,
You
that's
know,
good.
definitely. So work has to go on.
Yeah. So I love your work ethics. You are diligent across the
Mhm.
board, whether you're working for someone or you're working for yourself. You are actually very fair because I know of your client and she's very happy with your work. So I even heard from you that she helped you in some ways to get your business up and going. And look out
Yeah,
for you.
she does. Ashley is God sent, if I must say. Um, After I left my job in July, so yeah, I never know what my next step other than make crochet. And I didn't start officially as yet, as me did just start up, pick it up back. But I had this friend at the same corporate job that I had, and one day she just called me and say, so me get one work, and I'm not too sure, right? But being that you're at home, and I think and not no way you would have lose from, what's there to lose? If it not work out, it just not work out. You're already the home. So
Yeah.
it's all right. Give me the contact, and let me see how it go. And that was it. I started working for Ashley, and I've never seen a boss. I'm not saying there isn't any, but I've never come across a boss who cares about their worker like Ashley does. Um, she'd give me tips on my business. She did my logo for my birthday, and then she did my business cards.
Yeah.
And what boss would invest in another worker, not have it in the back of their minds that what if I help this person to do their own business and him turn around and turn their back on me. So I have to thank God for Ashley every day. And me have her back, she have mine. Me nah left Ashley.
That's great. So for those, if you are an employer and you're listening, you don't need to, push your employees down if they're doing something on the side. Support them if they can, because that people build up each other, right? And we're all in this together. And you have a
Yeah.
unique relationship with your boss where we're gonna look out for each other, and it works. And you have
Mm-hmm.
proven that. So that's why in the Jamaican society and beyond, we need to look out for each other, whether we are boss or employee or whatever it is, so that we can all
Yeah.
grow and be prosperous, be successful together. That's great. So big
Exactly.
up
We need
Ashley.
each other. So, why tear down each other? Sometimes, you see women fighting against women and tearing down women when we're all here. Why not support each other and uplift each other? Why tear each other down? It's not gonna get us anywhere.
Yeah,
So, it's just teamwork.
true. That's true.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Shelly, with everything that you manage, you're married. So your hobby, workout, all of that now.
My husband is, I would say he's another godsend. He's not demanding like some husbands. Not saying that there's anything wrong with that. But he completely understands, and he's my biggest fan. Um, he gets a lot of orders for me. Even like today, he got an order for a belt for me, which is the first belt that I made, and By the time him go deliver it for me, him call me back and say, I have a order for another belt and a mask to match the belt to me just deliver. You know, he's he's always telling persons about my work and all of that. So, you know, when him see me up at night time, sometimes he wake and see me up and me at work and him just make me do my thing. You know, so I have to say thank God for him. He's supportive and he's understanding.
So, Shelley, we've talked about the good things. Now, let's talk about some of the challenges that you face as an entrepreneur. Do you face any issues as a woman in business? And are any challenges that you want to speak of, probably issues that you might have doing business in your country? So, what are like the top three challenges that you would like to mention?
The challenges. Hmm. All right, one of the challenges is that sometimes, you know, this is basically craft, this is handmade, and anything that is handmade takes time. Um, if you make a mistake, especially where crochet is concerned, if you make a mistake at the beginning, it's not like, you know, a dressmaker that can, if the thing that you're making is too big, they can just cut the fabric and sew it. Where crochet is concerned, if you make a mistake at the beginning and it's too big or too small, you have to pull it out entirely and start all over again.
So,
So, you know, it takes time. Um, and you know, things like these are expensive. So my challenge sometimes is that persons will see it, they will love it, but they don't want to pay for it.
mhm,
You know, maybe because I'm think, oh, you're too dear, or yeah, rob them, or you know, whatever the situation is. But a lot of persons would not do this, Taya.
mhm,
They don't have the patience, the drive, and you know, for anyone who does things with their hands, not just crochet or any business basically, you know, sometimes yes, you want something cheaper, but think about the work that goes into getting that product. You
mhm,
know, it's worth it at the end of the day. Sometimes it's too cheap.
mhm.
So, you know, I have this concept that I love fish.
Yeah.
So when one fisherman come and him say he must sell me a pound of fish for $700, $800. If me not have it, me just I go leave it. Me not go ball him down. And you know why? You know there is their lives to go out there and go out in a sea at night to catch the fish and can come give. So
Mhm,
when you want it for 350 or $400 and them say 7 bills and you want it for little or nothing, you know,
mhm,
come on.
mhm,
Have you ever thought of the work that goes into getting this for you so that you can be happy? So that is one of the challenge. Persons don't want to pay for the things that they want.
mhm,
Um, Another challenge is I think COVID at this time. It's not that bad with me. I have a lot of friends that promotes my products and stuff like that. So I do get orders, but sometimes it can be slow. I know we have that in business, whether COVID or not. But you know,
yeah.
no when I keep basically are a few places just a keep. So when you know you'd have more persons that would be buying because they want to go out, you know, persons are look more for conserve on what they have for bills and foods and other necessities. So other than that, it's just the challenge of getting something done, you know, getting the right measurements, ensuring that you can please your customers basically. So I don't have much challenges as other persons out there, or maybe not yet, but you know, that's it so far.
Okay. Well, thanks for sharing that, Shelly.
Mhm.
No, you mentioned the process of it. It takes a lot of time. And I realize that when we do what we do, people don't know what's happening behind the scenes. They don't see how much work we put into it, right? So could you say what it's like to build like a swimsuit? How much hours it takes? You did mention if you make a mistake, you have to restart.
Yeah.
How many hours do it normally take for you to make one swimsuit? Depending on
Uh, can't give you the exact amount of hours. I can make a swimsuit in a day if it's a
Mm-hmm.
pretty basic swimsuit.
Mm-hmm.
Um, because I haven't gotten the chance to do anything, just for the entire day to just dedicate my entire time to it because the kids and juggling housework and all of that. So I'd be up like 4 in the morning until maybe about 7, 8. Stop, do housework, work, dinner. Sometimes I have to run on the road to get stuff done, and then I start again maybe like 8, 9 o'clock in the night after my daughter goes to bed. So, um, so I have things that can take me a few hours. Maybe a bill can take me like an hour or two.
Mm-hmm.
A swimsuit, if I really put the time together, maybe like a 4, 5 hours. Um, but something like a romper like this, it would take me a couple of days or maybe a week.
Mm-hmm.
It can take less, but based on the time that I have to dedicate to it, it can take me up to a week.
Mm-hmm.
So can you imagine? I get an order for a romper and it takes me a week and I have to charge based on that and somebody no one pay for it.
Yeah.
That's like a week's pay, you
Yeah.
know?
I
And
understand.
person I go see it and say, that's too dear or whatever their excuse is.
Mm-hmm.
But they don't know the work.
Yeah, that goes into
Because,
it.
it's not just doing the crochet. You have to stop, you have to measure, you have to maybe pull it out to a certain point, start it over if it not go right, and the
Mm-hmm.
whole works.
Yeah, use your hands and your eyes for long hours,
Yeah,
tiring and
can
all those
definitely
things.
take a toll on me. Sometimes I feel so drained. I told you I went on a vacation last weekend and I so needed it. And the funny thing is, I had to cut off orders for the end of the week so that I can prepare to go off and take a break. When I come back tired and me have all of them order there wait for me, it's like me never get no vacation.
Double time.
Bleaching all over again, being tired all over again. So, it's just the thought of you taking a 2-day break and, enjoying yourself. But really, by you come back 2 day after you're tired again because the work is there waiting.
Mhm. Your vision that you have for your company, needles and textures. Well, yeah, go ahead.
My vision. As I was telling you before, the possibilities are endless with me. I won't stop at just what I'm doing now. You know, Whenever I have my free time or even during crochet, I always think about what else can I do? What can I incorporate in my business? How big can I extend it? So I see myself having stores. I see myself having contracts for maybe the gift shops at the hotel, the craft vendors. You know, the possibilities are endless, Daya. Who knows what door can be opened later? And I'm willing and ready to take it on.
Okay, great. And we're rooting for you, as you know.
Thank
So
you.
you're welcome, Shelly. So show us some of your stuff, then. I know we have to put up pictures because of the quality, but
Yeah.
some of your
All right. So I'm gonna start with this one. This is a little dress I did for my daughter.
mm-hmm.
Um, So this dress is a dress I revamped. I did it for Christmas. Um, right around here was a black belt with the gold buckle, which would be a Mrs. Claus.
Yeah, okay.
And I had the fur down here. If you look on my page, you'll see it. But then for Valentine's, I decided that, it's already red and I had some white on it. So I'm going to revamp it. So I did the white band and I changed the fur down here um to shell stitch with crochet. So this is Christmas and Valentine's in one.
Mm-hmm.
We went on a vacation last year for my birthday to another hotel. And I made this for her for a photo shoot. The light quality.
Yeah, I see.
Okay, so little dress,
Mm-hmm.
a kind of jumper dress.
It's
So yeah, I love making these stuff because I can just be up one night,
mm-hmm.
maybe for a couple of hours, and I just finish it because they're so small. Um, I did a tam for my husband, a Jamaican tam. He's my one of my marketing persons, so I have to set him up. So I'm always weird. And when people say, me like yeah, to get it him say, you man and my wife make it, one of them send and them contact and me get orders
all
for us and some stuff. Um my son, he said that I when we were going to the hotel last week, I asked him what he wanted. Him never know what he wants. So he just come out of the blouse. I want a gloves, a fingerless gloves. So I made him this
I'm making that.
one so he could wear with his black outfit. I made him appear. So if you look at my picture where I wore the boots in black and white, I borrowed it.
Yeah, yeah, that's
I
all.
think of the outfit. Uh, and I did this sexy little dress with a split here. I actually have a dress similar to this that I wore for my honeymoon. With this design with the split here comes up to the waist, but it was a half a shoulder. So I decided that I don't want a half a shoulder, so I'm gonna do a backless. So this is the top, and it straps up at the back. All of these are on my pages, Facebook and Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
So you can definitely check that out for better pictures and stuff. I did a few more stuff, but don't know where to find them. I did this little cute shell swimsuit for my daughter when she was just born. I did it with a mermaid bottom,
Yeah, it's really cute.
and she can actually wear it with a bottom for a swimsuit. So you can wear this anyway. Even if you can't hold on the screen, but this is the heel that I told you it was going. I had my shoemaker strip it off, and I don't know what in did to it, and it just looked brand new again. So this
Yeah,
is how tall it is.
it's hot.
So yeah, that's it. So these are, a couple stuff I did for myself just to showcase when I have the time, so
Mm-hmm.
that uh I can get orders from it, because sometimes persons would go on my page and they see something that they like and they order the same thing. No, with me, I don't like doing the same thing over and over and over. I get bored
I
because
realize.
I like trying different stuff.
Yeah,
So, if I don't give you what I or show you what I can do, then you're gonna keep ordering the same thing. So
yeah.
whenever I have some free time and I can make something for myself, I just make something different so that they have a variety. Um, just to let you in on a little secret, I'm planning on incorporating chiffon in my line. So I actually started a new project today. It's gonna be a chiffon top. No, it's gonna be a crochet top and chiffon at the bottom. So you can look out for that. Hopefully, I can get it done by weekend if I don't get any orders. So it's just another something new that I'm trying to come up with. So you know, if you don't want a full crochet outfit, I can try to please everybody basically.
Okay, that's great. I'm excited for you, Shelly.
Thank you.
No problem. No, Shelly, how can they contact you? You mentioned your Instagram, but any number, email, WhatsApp?
Yes, I'm on basically everything is on Instagram, but if you're not on social media, my phone number is 433-9207. Um, I don't even know if I can remember my email. Needles and textures, shop needles and textures at gmail.com. Um, yeah, and it's needles and textures on Instagram and Facebook.
Okay. All right. So
Mhm.
we got it. We're gonna put it up so that people can find you should they need, or just check out the store link below. Because Shelly is one of the hand make vocal vendors that we partner with, right? Now, Shelly, the last question for anyone who's on a similar journey or who wants to take up, doing entrepreneurship or doing their own thing, whether as full time or side business, what advice do you have for them?
Um, whatever you like, whatever you have a passion for, because sometimes we are in a job or we do something only because we can make money. But I would say follow your heart. If you don't enjoy it, if you don't love it, later down, you're gonna get tired or you're gonna be bored or you're going to start complaining. So when you do what you love, as the saying says, it's like you never work a day in your life. So no matter how challenging crochet is, it makes me happy at the end of the day. So another thing is don't fear. Fear is not from God. And you know, if you want to do something and you think about what's gonna go wrong or what can go wrong, you'll never reach where you are, how far you can get. So sorry, I would say just step out, just come out of your shell, just do what you love, give it 100%, and just don't look back. Just keep looking forward, keep pushing, and no matter how hard it seems, no matter how many times you fall, just get up, brush off yourself, and try again. Challenges are everywhere and in everything. So once you love it and once you see where it can work for you, just go for it.
That's solid advice. So I thank you so much, Shelly, for your time, for sharing your knowledge with us, your love for crochet, your designs, and just speaking about the challenges and so forth. I really appreciate. We might do a follow-up interview because you're adding new stuff to your line and you're getting bigger, so you'll have more achievements, more challenges, more knowledge to share, and we're looking forward to that. And for
Definitely.
listen, yes. And for listeners, thank you so much for tuning in. Do check out Shelly's stuff. I encourage all Jamaicans, whether you're here or not, Caribbean people, anyone at all, to support our local but tell our Caribbean countries because we talented here bad. And with your support, our dreams continue to manifest and go forward. So your support is valid. Never underestimate you. Buying that one thing could actually encourage any business owner to continue despite the challenges. So, big up on yourself, subscribe, share, and everything. And Shelly, we'll talk. Thank you so much, and
You're
have
welcome.
a blessed day.
Thanks, you too. Bye, everyone.